Welcome back, guys. Just thought I'd do an episode with a basically rig rundown. So had quite a few questions from different people about the tent and sort of the setup that I'm running, you know, how I do things and whatnot. So I thought it was easiest to just create a video on basically everything overall, internally, externally, what's under the car and whatnot, just to cover all of that in one go. Alright, so to start off with, it's a late 2018 model Triton. It's technically the 2019 shape, so the MR model. This is the GLS edition, so not the GLS Plus, that's the top. This is the one just down below. So yeah, we've had this now since we got it in very late 2018. And I'll be honest with you, it's been an absolute dream car. The Triton gets a lot of, I don't know, a lot of people dig the Triton out. They give it a bit of a hard time, but I'll tell you what, it's my first full drive that I've had, but I've had no issues with it whatsoever in that entire time. It's been a dream to drive. It's super easy, so reliable, and touch wood to date, I've had no issues. Alright, well, we get into it. Anyway, so starting on the front, I suppose. First things first, we've got the Ironman commercial bull bar. I think this was one of the first modifications I had done to the car, so that's been on there a while. Great bull bar, comes with mounting points on the bar already, so I've got my GME radio on that one. That's a 2.1 dBi antenna on there. It's got good LEDs, fog lights already built into it. One thing I don't have is I don't actually have a winch or any spotlights, but it does have mounting points for both of those. Something I definitely look forward to doing in the near future, hopefully. It also has your built-in sensors, so if you've got parking sensors on the front, it incorporates those as well, and they've worked relatively well. They do sometimes go off at absolutely nothing now, but I'll be honest, half the time we just turn it off inside with a whack of a button. So just coming down here, you've got the recovery points as well. Got those done at the same time when I had the bull bar put on. So they're good for, they've got a 5-ton rating on those basically, so there's one on either side. Okay, and then I've already covered the antenna there, so 2.1 dBi antenna, and that's connected inside to the GME XRS 330C handset. Really good bit of kit. So I'll be honest with you, we traveling alone, you know, it's different. I think when you're in a convoy you get to use the radio a lot, but just being us, we don't use it all that often. We've had a bit of communication here and there just on the road with other road users, but yeah, I've had no issues with it. Seems like a reliable unit. I know it's capable of doing a lot more than what I've actually used it for so far. And then come back down here, the wheels running Maxxis Razr all-terrain tyres. I've had these on here for about 30,000 Ks so far, and they've still got heaps of tread on them. Really good tyre. So much grip when you're driving in the wet. Honestly, you wouldn't notice that you're on an all-terrain. It feels like you're on road tyres. So really good tyre. Driving through the sand, they've been absolutely awesome as well. Just, yeah, I don't know, they just provide you with heaps of grip. When you drop the PSI down on them too, they just feel fairly solid as well. Like, it doesn't feel like you're gonna take your rim off the tyre. So yeah, really good. Then over the back here, I had a GVM upgrade done on the Triton. Normal GVM is 2.9 ton. When you get the GVM upgrade done, and I believe Pedders are the only ones who do it, so that's who I had done with. It brings your GVM up to 3.2 ton. So gives you an extra, 300 kilos to play with. It might not seem like that much, but I suppose the Triton isn't necessarily the best touring vehicle that you could have, but we've had this car for only 5 years and there's nothing wrong with it. It would seem a shame to sort of get rid of it to then have to buy a new car and do the whole touring setup. So anyway, I'm really pleased with what that's allowed us to do. So in essence what it is, it's I suppose a suspension upgrade, but it's been rated to allow for your car to become heavier, and when you get Pedders do that, it covers all the engineering fees and things like that. Then all you have to do is basically they give you a certificate which you then take to Service New South Wales or whatever state you're in, I suppose, and you just re-register your car, and I'm pretty sure that was free from memory, wasn't it, to get that redone. So I had the chassis braced as well. So Tritons have got a bit of a reputation for some chassis being bent, not so much the MR model but previous versions. And just as a safety precaution, it was something I wanted to, I suppose, eliminate or try to eliminate as much as humanly possible, because obviously that's pretty much an instant write-off in your car. So anyway, I got the chassis braced by a company called Ultimate Stretches in Windsor, New South Wales. Yeah, really great guys. It seemed like a pretty fair price as well for what they've done, and yeah, just gives me that sort of bit of peace of mind knowing that that's happened as well. Means I can take it across sort of the tougher tracks that we've done and have it loaded up as well, and sort of just know that, you know, fingers crossed, we're in a good situation sort of thing, and we're not going to have any bent chassis. Okay, so then had this roller Titan, I think, pretty sure, yeah, it's roller Titan roof rack on here. I've had that on there for, I don't know, probably called it 4 years as well now. I've never had any issues with it. It's been really solid, great rack. It comes with heaps of options. You can mount stuff on the side, top. I know there is a brand new version of this, the Titan Mark II, I think it's called, where they allow you to run stuff underneath, I believe, as well, and it's got a couple more options. But honestly, for what I've needed it for, it's been a superb rack. Couldn't be easier. You just your standard T-slots, just T-slot channels in the top there, on the sides. Yeah, just super easy for mounting things. So that's just our stand-up paddleboard up there, and I've also been carrying a MKII chainsaw, battery-powered chainsaw, just for our trip. You just never know. I don't think we'll ever need it on this, certainly on this trip at least. But as I say, another bit of peace of mind at least. So just inside, whilst we're over here, I haven't really had anything done inside. Pretty much left the car internally as, you know, as standard as such. All I've been running is these true 3D floor mats, and they're awesome, as you can see by the pile of sand in there. It just holds any sediment or anything that comes off your feet basically in one place, so it couldn't be easy. Just whip it out like that and shake it out. So it just means you've got keeps your car nice and clean basically. There you go, and back in like that. Then I'll take you around to the back here. So we'll just get back underneath the car again quickly. Maybe if you come right in here. So this is a 70 litre water tank we've had installed as well. This was installed on behalf of TC Boxes when we had the tray and canopy package done. At the time, it wasn't something that they really did. It wasn't so much an option, but we had a word with the branch manager at the four-wheel drive show in Sydney. I think he was the branch manager of the Marsden Park one. I forget his name, but nice bloke. And anyway, he basically said to us that, yeah, you know what, we'll have a look into doing that for you. And sure enough, it came to light, and that's what they managed to do. So yeah, 70 litres of water under there, which is connected to a 12-volt pump. See, just over the back there. And that's then connected to a tap on the other side, which we'll show you when we get around there. So then, just under here, basically, in the drawers, just carrying a sand mat. I'm honest, we don't throw that down all too often. Sometimes it seems like too much hard work, but when you're in like a dusty environment, sand's okay, but when you're in a dusty environment, it's nice to have down. It stops your feet getting too messy. Just in the bag, just carrying some more straps, various things like that, just if I need to put anything on the roof or tie anything down.
And our step usually lives in there as well. Yeah,
step normally lives in there. So we've got a 1650 tray and canopy package that was done by TC Boxes as well. That was all part of the package. Been super pleased with it, by the way. They did it at what I believe was a pretty fair price. It's what I'd probably say middle range scale in terms of tray and canopies. What's out there, you can spend absolutely bloody, sky's the limit when it comes to what you want to spend on one. So this is sort of, I'd say mid to lower tier end range, but honestly the quality of the product has been really, really good so far. I've not really had any complaints with it, so I'm very happy that I went and made that choice to go with them. Okay, so over here we've got the inner drive system. So this is called the Adventurer package. This is at the time it was Drive's like top spec package that they offered, and what's included within that is the 200 amp lithium battery, 2000 watt true sine wave inverter, 40 amp DC to DC charger, 40 amp AC charger, and one of the other options you can have is the submarine display. So this is super good bit of kit on the front, just to let you know what's happening basically with your battery. As you can see at the moment, we've got nearly 9 amps of solar coming in. It tells you what loads you've got on, tells you what your fridge is pulling, and then that tells you at the bottom there what is going back into the battery. So at the moment we've got just about 4.5 amps of solar basically going back into the battery, so not bad. But yeah, overall really pleased with it. It's well, to be honest, it's been a game changer to the way that it allows you to camp. You can run your appliances, you know, your luxury items like your coffee machines and things like that. So it just means that you can bring your home luxuries with you when you come away on the road. So I absolutely love it. Then over here we ended up going for the old King's fridge. So
probably be upgraded eventually.
I think so. Look, it's been okay. I think it's also just this style of upright fridge. I know the Bushman's is about literally 3 times almost the price of what one of these cost us. So that's why we went with it, to be honest. We said, look, if it lasts us this road trip, then great. You know, and if it's something we wish to change later, then we know we haven't spent, you know, an absolute arm and leg on a fridge. So haven't really got any complaints with it. So it has a little freezer section in there. Good drawer space basically. Got a little vegetable drawer at the bottom there. You can adjust the dividers inside the actual door as well to prevent stuff sliding around too much.
You can also get these great little things from Kmart, little magnetic cupboards, and we've just got our coffee pods with our sugar in there, so it's ready to go with our coffee machine.
And the same on the side. That's where we're keeping our utensils at the moment.
It just means you can kind of like pull them out and change them if you want. Like if you wanted to come out and put them on the front, no problem.
Yeah, pretty good actually for what they cost.
Yeah, I think they were like $8.
Then we just brought our Breville coffee machine. This is just one of those, you know, your typical pod machines. So yeah, we've just got that plugged in. We've used that quite a few times on the road, really nice. We also have the milk frother to go with it, which, you know, it's nice. Just nice to wake up in the morning and, you know, treat yourself to a coffee sort of thing. So yeah, it's a luxury really, but it's great to be able to have. Then something that I suppose we didn't get time, or we sort of ran out of time to really look at what we were going to do properly, is where we're going to keep all of our you know, frying pans and other cooking bits and bobs. So we ended up just getting a cheap set of Kmart drawers. I think they were like $10 or something. Look, that would be the first thing we change when we get back, let me tell you, because every time we go over some sort of serious corrugations, the thing basically falls apart, or the drawer is like half hanging out or whatever. But you know what, they serve a purpose at the moment.
They're okay short term. I think long term,
Absolutely.
if you were going to do more than 3 months, you definitely need to change it.
Yeah, and it's something I'll definitely change when we get back, that's for sure. So then here we've got Ridge 4x4 version 2 kitchen slide. So basically what that allows you to do is the top slides. If you were to have a chest mounted fridge, you could pull that out and have that sat on top. Obviously we run in the upright fridge, so sort of different use for us. Then this is basically the I suppose camp style kitchen. That comes right out, and there it comes up too. So it has got 3 legs underneath that you can pull down just to help sort of support the table. But to be honest, we actually rarely put those down. It's pretty solid. We've cooked off this. We normally run our stovetop on this section, and this is obviously the preparation bench that pops down as a washing up station. So it's really good sort of all-inclusive slide basically. It actually does come included with like a windshield or wind deflector for your stove. To be honest with you, ours comes with one anyway, so we just took it off and we've sort of hidden that away. We don't use that, but so yeah, really pleased with how this works. Had no issues with it so far, so yeah, again, looking like that. And that was also obviously part of our TC Box's build. So over here we've got TC Box's own pantry slide. You know, if you're here prepping up dinner, you can easily reach into what you need in your pantry. It couldn't be easier, to be honest with you. And then the fridge behind you, perfect setup really. So that's that. Not really too much to it. Just keeps all our dry goods in there and sauces and whatnot.
We did also add a handle here to put our
tea towels.
Tea towels, and that was my idea, because I thought, where are we going to hang them? And yeah, so just little Kmart hooks.
Yep.
Straight on and very handy.
Part of the package again was a jerry can holder, so just got a lockable jerry can holder. One lock there, one on here, so pretty standard, but yeah, nice strong stuff. Good quality build. And then I went with the spare tyre mount as well. On the spare tyre, running Ridge 4x4 spare wheel. This Ridge stuff is fairly new from what I've seen. I've not seen many others running it at all, but something that TC boxes sort of sell off the shelf when you go to one of their showrooms rather. Anyway, I've been super pleased with their gear. It's much more affordable than similar products of similar quality, like really thick canvas. At the moment it's absolutely dirty because we've been driving through sand and dust and everything else, but cleans up really good. You just hose that down. Inside of it, it's got a PVC lining, so you can just wash it all out and clean it up when you need to. Then on the back, we've got the trundle drawer. It's a 1 metre long trundle drawer, and hydraulic struts as well on that, so it just pops up. Typically in here I've got a little Maxxis air compressor, keep our pegs, some various tools. I've got a spare air filter, oil filter, and a few other spares in the back there. Yeah, really it's just for tools and spare bits and bobs, but super handy. This is where we keep all our pegs, so it's really convenient to just get out basically when you pull up to camp. Slides back under like that. One thing that TC boxes is able to incorporate as one of the options is your parking sensors and vehicle, I forget the exact terminology, but basically your blind spot monitoring. So if you're reversing, it tells you if there's cars coming sort of behind you either way. So they're able to build in that and your reverse camera as well, which is super handy. It means you can keep all the luxuries of your car that you paid to have originally and incorporate them into such a build. So yeah, really pleased that was an option, especially the reverse camera and the sensors. They're always handy to just check because sometimes it's hard to see in the mirrors. Next thing is our awning. So this is what I would call a true 270-degree awning, and by that I mean have a look at how far it runs. So it starts right the way around here, wraps around the whole car, all the way over here. Like, it gives you so much shade. It's by far one of the best awnings I think I've seen on the market. I know there's similar products, but this is by Hardcore, by the way. I couldn't rate this highly enough. It's probably one of the best bits of kit we've got in this car, I think. As I say, there are now similar products on the market, but some of them don't have that extra sort of front section on there. They stop halfway down the car. For me, this is absolute best. It's awesome. It comes with built-in drop-down legs as well, should you need to support it. But from memory, I think this is good for like up to 40k winds, like as a freestanding awning. Typically though, like if there's some breeze around, I normally just throw the legs down and put a couple of guide ropes in, just for peace of mind. But honestly, we've had it up before, and it's sturdy as so.
It's also very quick.
Yeah, it really takes 30 seconds, I promise you. It does come with built-in LED strips, so I think there's what I've got 1, 2, and 3 over there. Since we've had our lights put into the canopy, which I actually forgot to show you, I dare say these have become redundant. They just plug in now into your 12-volt socket, otherwise into just a cigarette plug. So
I think if you were to stay somewhere longer than a couple of nights, like plugging it in is really nice, but if you're going up, putting it up and down, and you're going different places every night, you don't really need it, especially with the ones that we have in the car already. Absolutely,
yeah, agreed. So anyway, nice to have that sort of additional light in there when it comes with it. I'll just take you back to the canopy. One thing I forgot to show you was the lights that I had put in inside here, so it's nice on the flick of a switch. We've got 2 LED bars put inside, one inside the door and then one just mounted, I suppose, just inside the actual canopy itself. The one inside doesn't get used very often, but it's nice should you need to look for something in the dark. Actually inside the canopy, definitely comes in handy. And both of these lights, you can turn them off like that, or you can flick to amber only, white only, or mixture, whatever, you know, whatever floats your boat. And the same for that one as well. So,
and you've got these on both sides of the canopy.
Got that on both sides as well. So yeah, at night the place lights up. It's great. But we normally just run the amber lights because it does seem to keep the bugs away a bit more. So we've got these. It's called All Smalls, and they're designed basically to hang your, or the original design was to basically hang, I think, your underwear off them, and you know, little things like that. But we use these for just about everything. So typically, if we're on the beach, we've just come out of the ocean, we'll hang our towels up here, and they're just fantastic. You know, so you just slot them in there like so. Like that, and you know, that's strong as, like, it's not going anywhere. So yeah, awesome addition. So, and they're super handy. They're super handy. Like, they come with a angle, or you can just run them on like a flat rubber strip. So you've got several mounting options there.
Yeah, and you can just pull them off and put them on, and take them off.
Yeah.
Just buttoned in. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got a couple more as well on our inside door. Got another 3.
Yeah, so you've got hang another 3 here. So when we do laundry day or anything like that, super handy. You can even just whack. We've got some hangers that we carry as well, shirts and things like that. You just whack those on as well. Super handy. So
I told Matt I want another 4.
yeah, to be honest with you, I think we could find a place for another 8. Actually, they're that good. So, and I've actually literally just before we started filming this video, I've come up with a good idea. I'm going to mount my fishing rod inside the door using those because they'll hold it. So yeah, perfect kit. Anyway, on this side, so this side we actually built, I suppose, or fitted out ourselves. So
DIY. This
is all our handiwork. So yeah, we just got some plywood, and I built the false floor and all the shelving basically. So just some 12mm ply, and yeah, just lined it with marine carpet. So, and that was all from just Bunnings. But yeah, to be honest with you, I'm really pleased with how that turned out. It served purpose really well. Up here, again, this was another little Bunnings purchase. You can't see it all too well, but just we run a MaxxisTyresAustralia setup. So we've got all these batteries here. They're just clipping like that. So I've got 5 batteries in there as well. We actually use these batteries up in the tent. So there's an LED strip up in the tent, and what easiest way we find is I've got a little USB adapter for the batteries. You just clip the light into the adapter, and we can also charge our phones and stuff when we're up there, because there's no power directly in the tent itself. So it's a really good option.
We did think about getting a tent with power going directly into it, but when we had this MKII fix, we thought we don't really need it.
Then in the back here, this is where we keep our telescopic ladder for the rooftop tent. So I've just mounted that with just a strap basically that we just buckle in before we transport. So that's in there pretty solid. It's not going anywhere. Just stop something like heavy moving around or sliding around in the back. Again, running more of these ridge bags, clear top bags. For us, we're just keeping our toilet paper, and that's where we keep all the chemicals for our chemical toilet in there. So it keeps them nice and secure. We've got the Fire Cadet gas stove by Coleman's as well. One thing I will say is that the temperature adjustment knobs on it though could be slightly better, in the sense of no matter what you do, it's always running like hot, which is great for when you're doing like a stir fry or something and you want it hot, but otherwise it's quite, the adjustment setting could do with a bit of improvement. But otherwise great stove, and we just run it off these little propane gas bottles. So yeah. Got the fishing rod just in the back there. Can't remember if I should. Excuse the mess, but this is basically what it looks like, to be honest, when you're on the road. We each just carry some of these bags. So I don't know, I've got t-shirts or something in that one.
They're compressible
pants, whatever.
Bags as well. So.
Yeah, they've got like an extra zip, which means you can compress them down to next to nothing. So anyway, they're super handy. So yeah, great. Yeah, a few of those. Then down here, we invested in a Starlink on our travels. We found it surprising actually as to how little service was available, even going through some major towns, to be honest. So it is really, really handy for the way that we're travelling, whereby we didn't want to book too much in advance. We wanted to do it as we go. It just means that we can throw the Starlink up within 5 minutes. We've got, you know, really good internet basically wherever you are in the world, and yeah, just it's sort of changed the way that we can travel now, I think so. And then over here we just got a little battery powered fan, so it's a rechargeable battery that just basically goes up in the tent with us on the roof of our tent. You can just clip that on basically, so it can just go on like so and turn it on. Over here we've just got another bag. What do we keep in here? We've got like a little wash bag, some first aid bits in there as well.
It's basically our washing machine, all of our first aid, and I have a dustpan as well for if I somehow get clients for my hairdressing.
That's it.
Or a spillage.
And then whilst I got this out, I'll just show you over the back here. So that's our 200 amp lithium battery there, you can see tucked away. And then behind that, that's where the DC to DC charger and AC charger is. And that AC charger, that's where the plug lives, just down here. So we can plug that in if we're at a power campsite and we're running really low on battery. But we've not had to do that so far, which is great. Then again, just on this side, we've obviously got another door down here. Keep these big sand pegs in here. We've had to use them actually a couple of times now. They're awesome. They're by a company called Super Peg. They're really good. They do a various range of other types of pegs, but everything I've used by theirs has been top notch. We run in just a hose in here, so this is our drinking hose. That's how we fill up our 70 litre water tank. Connect that to the tap, and then if you come around here, this is the filling point basically. So you just unscrew that and plug it in there. So we also run a filter when we connect to the drinking water supplies, just to be on the sort of safe side that you pick these up at Anaconda, BCF. I think Bunnings even do them, but you basically just connect your hose in one end and you can either run a hose out the other end, or we just put that straight into our filler point basically. But this one here is actually more so for taste and odours, but you can get other ones which actually act as like a cleaner as such, I suppose. So,
I think it's a bit of both, yeah.
Yeah. We do carry some chemical as well though. If we get to a point and we're like, oh, not sure about this, feels a bit dodgy, we do have something we can add to the water basically that cleans that out, that purifies it. So
we also carry for our showers to connect to the hose our little $6 Bunnings tap.
Yeah,
because the other one was not cutting it for washing my hair, so
that's it. And that's just our hose there. That's what's connected to the 12-volt pump and water tank. So you just flick that on when the pump's turned on from the engine drive system on the other side. Yeah, really handy. So just connect the hose onto that for showers, run that over the top into there, and you get like really good pressure. Hey?
Yeah, it's so nice.
Yeah,
better than maybe at home even.
Yeah, it's true actually. So I suppose next thing we are running the King's shower awning, I think they call it. We've actually had this for quite some time, and to be honest with you, it's not a bad piece of kit. Like
for what you pay for it, it's great.
Exactly that. You paid next to nothing for it. And honestly, like the setup is like 30 seconds and sit down again same time. So really, really quick and easy. Anyway, I'll show you inside here. So this is where we obviously shower and use a chemical toilet. The Porta Potty 365 is what we're running. Really good. I think it's got it's like a 20 litre like waste tank in the bottom of it basically. So typically that will last us 4 or 5 days, I think.
Yeah, I think 5
for the
is
both
our
of
max.
us. Yeah, without it needing changing. So not bad. Like it's sort of rare that we're in one place for more than 5 days, or if we are, you know, we can always pop down to the caravan park, or if there's a free dump point somewhere. So yeah, that's been good.
The little stand in there is also a Kmart special. It was $15,
yeah.
and it's amazing. You've got that last minute, and it's perfect.
That's it. It's nice when you're having a shower or whatever. It means you can actually stand out of the sand and feel like you're getting clean, not just undoing all your hard work. So I'll just close this. So up here we're running the Drifter Stockton 1.4 Bush Cruiser Rooftop Tent. So we got this just before we set off on our travels. Absolutely love the tent, to be honest. It's so handy. Like how quick and easy it is to set up and pack down. It takes probably, what, a minute, I reckon?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Again, we'll throw a video of what setup looks like for that. My only flaw with this would be is probably the thickness of the canvas, or like the rain fly that goes over the canvas, I should say. Because it's so lightweight, it does flap a little bit on windy nights. Otherwise though, it's really, really good tent. This being the bigger option, they do a 1.2 version, but this is the 1.4. So it comes as a standard with roof bars, so really handy. Means that even set up as we are allows us to carry a load on the roof. So sometimes if we've got our paddleboard or something like that and we don't want to like fully deflate it, we can throw it up there and strap it down and head to the next camp spot. So absolutely love the tent. Super slim line. I think it only weighs 64 kilos, so it's pretty lightweight as well in comparison to some of these other tents that you see on the market. They're like 100 odd kilos. Only downside to this is you can't really run any bedding in there, like your doona and your pillows. They normally have to come down into the canopy, but for us it's, you know, it's no hassle at all. So
it's 5 seconds, in the morning. You can also get a mattress upgrade as well, can't you, babe?
Yeah, sorry, that's a good point. We also do have a mattress upgrade in here. So what that looks like is they basically give you a plywood base. It's only like a thin ply base with marine carpet on that as well. Then you get from memory, it's either 50 or 70 mil, like an eggshell mattress, I think they call it. Anyway, it's super comfy, isn't it? Like, to us, you know.
We haven't had any issues with it. We've had other rooftop tents before and you come away aching, and this is perfect. Yeah, absolutely. So definitely recommend that. And I know these guys are actually bringing out a new version of rooftop tents, but yeah, love their stuff. It's quality, so really good. Just on that note, on the roof, I'll show you up there. That's the hardcore solar panel we're running, so that's a 170 watt panel. For us, it's probably just about enough. At the moment, it's been doing a good job of keeping our battery topped up when we're sort of sat standstill for a few days. Even then, you know, we've been charging our laptop, like batteries, drones, GoPros, things like that. When we've got the inverter running for, you know, various appliances, the coffee machine, for example, like that, all helps charge the battery system back up. So definitely recommend that panel as well. It's nice and slimline too, so it actually sits below the roof bar, which means that we can run stuff on the roof even with the panel in place as well. So yeah, really good panel. You can't see, so I'll just throw you back up on here, but we're running 2 sets of the Tread HD recovery boards. I'll be honest with you, we haven't actually had to use them very often in terms of like getting stuck, thank God, but they're super handy if you ever need to like level your ute out or things like that, especially with a rooftop tent. Sometimes you get to set campsites and it's super uneven ground, so it's nice to be able to throw those down and just level things out. So yeah, really good. And at the front, just got the safari snorkel, so again, really important bit of kit, I think, especially if you are touring or you're looking at doing any river crossings, but you're also just driving through like a lot of sand and dusty tracks. It's really good, brings your air intake up to here rather than typically it comes in through under the wheel arch, so nice to bring that sort of clean air in through the top there for your filter. I think that concludes the car. I'm pretty sure that covers just about everything.
if you guys do have any questions about any of the products that I've shown you today on the car, just drop a comment in below and I'll be sure to answer them. Alright, well thanks for watching guys, we'll see you in the next one.